So yesterday we created a code that would make if you look here, sort of like sprints or pacers in basketball where you go up one, then back and up two, back, up three and back and so on and so forth until you get all the way to the end. We did that by going over to drive tane and we would say drive, drive forward for 200 and then drive reverse in 200, except uh, we were using variables. So we were saying we made a counter variable here. Oops. And we set that counter variable to initially 200. And then we said, and we took this little counter variable and we said, move forward that amount and move backwards reverse in that amount. And then, of course, we did duplicate. We did it again. I just duplicated that by right-clicking here and say duplicate that block. And we did it again, except we would say change by 200. So increase it by 200 and do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and do it again. But this can all be fixed if we delete these two blocks. We could do this by a shortcut by using a loop. So actually, if we just get rid of this, and we can actually set this to 0 initially, and you'll see why in a second, because I'm going to change it with this guy to 200. And think about it, this is what's happening over and over again. If we start at 0, we go up by 200, and then we say drive forward by that amount, and drive backwards for that amount, and then do it again, and do it again, and do it again. So there's actually, right here under controls, there's actually stuff that says repeat that forever. Or you could repeat it, see this one right here, this one's repeating forever. But we don't want to repeat it forever because it's going to crash after a while. So, it'll crash into the end of the box, right? It only does it like 8 or 9 times. I think it's 9 times. Let's see what happens at 8 times. But if I grab this and I stick it inside there, then what it does is it sets the variable to 0. And then 8 times it adds 200, goes forward, goes backwards, and it does this over and over again. And now we're all done. This is way shorter than last time. So let's see what happens here. It should go up and back. It's going 2. That's 2 times. That's 3. That's 4. And here's 5. And 6. And what we're going to do is we're going to see it kind of just stop after 8 times. Here's 6 times. 7 times right here. And it should do it one more time all the way. Not to the end though, it's going to go to the 8th spot right here, this spot right here. And then it should return, then it's going to return to here, and then it's going to stop because it said to only do it 8 times. Let's see here. Yep. So I repeated it 8 times, so we know that if we wanted it to work right, we would have had to change this to 9. And that's all we'd have to do. So I want you to think about this. So what do you want it to repeat? By the way, you may not need a variable for today's activity. So in other words, let me see if I can disable block. There we go. I'm trying to remove this. There we go. Got to remove the ones below it. And you're definitely going to need to repeat. And you're definitely going to need this driving forward. I don't think you're going to need any driving backwards, but you will need some right turns and you'll need some left turns, okay? So you'll definitely need some of the, oops, I don't know why I'm connecting it. So don't forget to change this. This is right or left. You have to change it. And create a block inside of here and connect it to here. And so that this thing here is going to go up and down, and it's going to cover all these boxes. In today's assignment, you'll see that I actually have that here, a picture of it right here. Sorry, my mouse wouldn't stay straight here, but it's like a Roomba vacuum where it's going to vacuum the whole entire house, but everything. So it's going to go up, make a right, it's going to go down, it's going to make a left, it's going to go up, it's going to make a right, it's going to go down, it's going to make a left. But pick that pattern up. It's a pattern over and over again. So you don't necessarily have to write all of that. You can loop it, but make sure you count how many times you loop it and make sure you test it to make sure it works. And when you're all said and done, upload your code here when you're finished. And that's all you have to do, folks. All right? So good luck with that.